They told me they'd pass her around the group for fun, and that's practically why they were friends with her. They kept using the word SLT, which crawled into my skin in such a negative way. So, pretty much, they just kept my girlfriend around for SX. All three of my close friends have slept with her plenty of times. This lasted a good portion of high school, but of course, I didn't know my girlfriend at this time cause she attended another high school. They decided they'd introduce her to me because they wanted to see if I could also get lucky and that it was all a joke to see if I could also end up having SX with her. I didn't believe it, but my heart was completely shattered when they showed proof from Instagram messages. It was nothing inappropriate, like pictures, they just showed me that they had all indeed kept in contact with her in the past. And you know what they did? They made me the dumb guy and made all this a joke. They said I was a dumbass for dating her, that I should have known better. They didn't expect me to date her at all, that my girlfriend was going to act SLT towards, but they were surprised she didn't. How the hell am I supposed to have known better? Friends introducing friends to a boy/girl is normal, that's how I interpreted all of this. Also, I had no idea about their history with my girlfriend, so their saying, I should have known better, was ridiculous. I didn't see my girlfriend as a SX object like them. I saw her as a friend that I ended up falling in love with. She treated me very kindly, comforted me whenever I was sad, and told me how much she loved me. We fell for each other, it wasn't just SX. My friends told me this because they thought my getting married to her was too far, so they expected me to know the truth would lead to me dumping her. She's too much of a SLT man, just let her go, one of my friends said. I just got off the chat, and they've been sending me non-stop texts ever since. I haven't replied, I don't feel like talking to my friends now. I did peek at a few messages out of curiosity, and instead of apologies, I just got a lot of dude, get checked, bro. You might have caught something. It wasn't even serious, it was in a jokey manner which is annoying. I approached my girlfriend about this, as politely as humanly possible and I instantly regretted it. She broke down completely, which I'll admit teared me up. I've never seen her panic so much, she was freaking out as if someone died. She kept apologizing, telling me she'd never slept with anyone else while with me and saying she didn't know about the joke my friends were making. She told me my friends simply invited her to hang out, and they introduced her to me during the hangout. That's how it all went. She says she wasn't aware of a plan or anything. You probably think I'm a SLT, right? Is what she kept saying, which just hurt me to hear. She told me she loved me and to please ignore my friends to avoid breaking up with her. I just told her I loved her and that what I know doesn't change my feelings towards her. She still thinks I will break up with her, which I will never do. I kept her in my arms, that's all I could do. I didn't want her to panic, so I just comforted her. I've been with this incredible girl for 4 years and created beautiful memories with her and I'm not going to let what my friends have said to me ruin what I have with her. My girlfriend didn't tell me earlier because she cherished our relationship the moment we met. She didn't want to hurt me, and I understand completely. She says I treated her kindly, like a human being and she appreciated that. We connected because of our similarities, she felt more comfortable with me than my friends. She was afraid if I knew the truth, I wouldn't have considered being with her in the first place. My girlfriend thought I was going to think of her as a SLT, which I absolutely would never have done. She felt guilty, but I told her she didn't do anything wrong, that her past was her business and that I still love her. I'm not mad at my girlfriend, why should I be angry? She didn't do anything wrong, her past is her past and it's not my business. Who she sleeps with is no concern, my feelings towards her haven't changed. I love her with all my heart, and I always will. I'm mad at my so-called friends because they're taking all of this as a joke, speaking of my girlfriend awfully, and the other being that this all started as a little joke between them. They didn't have good intentions when they introduced me to my girlfriend, they simply passed her to me, thinking I would treat her like a toy or a piece of meat. I've cut all contact with my friends these past few days, I've been ignoring their calls and texts, and there's a ton of them. I just don't know what to do, I don't. Update, Sarah and I decided to speak to my parents about everything that has happened. I saw a few comments saying telling my parents wasn't a good idea, but we believed it was right. We were both worried my ex-friends would try to change up the story, so we decided to approach my parents about this. Like I said in my post, my parents treat my girlfriend like family, especially my dad, who's very protective. We both were super nervous even to bring it up, but my parents were very supportive and listened to what we had to say. Sarah didn't go into so much personal detail, she said she has a history with my ex-friends that she wasn't proud of. My parents aren't dumb, they understood what she meant but didn't pressure her to say anything she didn't want to. We told them we were worried about my ex-friends saying anything first, possibly changing the story to make Sarah look bad. My parents appreciated that we spoke to them about this, they knew something like this would be tough. My dad, of course, was in protective mode, asking Sarah if she wasn't hurt physically, but she insisted to him that she was okay. I did tell him to be on the lookout if any of my ex-friends' dads end up mentioning anything that'll show us my friends actually did bring up already. My dad said he'll be looking out if he hears anything and is very supportive. Eventually, we'll want my friends' parents to know about the situation if things get messy, but we're worried about how they'll react. Overall, all of this went very great. And it made me, especially Sarah, very comfortable and more relaxed.